This is Crystal, and Ashley, go on and introduce
Ashley,
yourself.
yeah. Ashley, it's okay. She forgot my name. We've only been friends for almost 30 years and she forgot my name. It's okay.
No, I didn't forget. Typically, I let Ashley introduce herself, but I was going with it. But we are the Lotus Star Show.
Yes, yes.
Hey.
What is going on with you? How you doing other than you over there looking cute and stuff?
Girl, honestly, I'm not too good. I'm still in South Carolina, still kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
But you're stuck at home though, and that's okay.
Right.
You'd much rather have an emergency at home than an emergency on the road, and then you trying to figure out who's going to get to me. So
absolutely, because I've been having some car issues for the last few months, and my car decided to go hot while I was in the line to get some food before I was hitting the road. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather be safe and just go back home versus trying to hop on an interstate and be stuck somewhere stranded on one of those interstates, and then I would have been in a worse situation. So I'm very thankful that I was able to see it and turn around as quick as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
And I had to call all my people, I was like, text alert to my brothers, text alert to like my guy friends, and text alert. Well, actually, I was calling my daddy. I was like, Daddy.
It's great being a daddy's girl, isn't it? It's so great when you can call your dad up and just like, Dad, I need help. And he's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, he was like, it's time for a new car. So I will be car shopping very soon.
Yeah. Thank God for brothers too, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. My brothers are amazing.
I have three brothers. I have an older one that, look, when I want some financial advice, he gonna break it down, and he gonna break it down in a Camden way.
Yeah.
So I get it and I understand it.
Yeah.
I got my younger brother that, I'm mad cool with, the kids are cool with. And so, just when I want to go out and trip and talk and whatnot, he's always a good time. Then I got my baby brother. He's clueless. Love you, Chris, but you clueless, baby. It is. It is.
Yeah.
Shout out to the men in our lives.
Absolutely.
We have some amazing, amazing men. And I believe because of them, we are the women that we are. As much as we want to scream, I'm independent, the reality is we have some amazing men in our lives. Whether it be our father-like figure, brothers, uncles, whatever the case may be. Why don't you tell me about your pops?
All right. You call me a daddy's girl, and I never really picked up or really said I will never admit to being a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
Let me say that. Which is kind of strange because most girls do, they want to say that they're a daddy's girl. And I love my dad. Like, my dad has been like really great over the years. And I think just one of my fondest memory is honestly that time when we used to go on family trips all the time. We went to Universal. That was my Universal trip before our grad night trip, senior night. So it was really fun, like on those road trips, listening to him and my uncle who passed away a few years ago. And it was hilarious just watching them, right? And then crazy right now, my brother's coworker, or actually his supervisor, grandma or aunt or someone remember or knew my dad or knew my family really close. So there's pictures of my dad and my mom whenever they were like really young.
You posted one. Who posted one of those pictures?
Rodney. Yeah, my brother.
Rodney posted. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, look at them. They look amazing. It was nice to see like your parents and the elders when they were young. And you're like, oh my God, you were like stunningly gorgeous, or he was so handsome. Yeah. Oh, I love that picture.
That's one thing. My dad is like sharp with his attire. Any and every special event, that man's going to be coordinating with his favorite color, or red or purple or blue. one of those
One of
he's
those.
going to be wearing,
Oh,
and everything matches top to bottom, top to
oh,
bottom.
goodness.
And it doesn't matter what the event is. I can remember my graduations dressed to the nine, always, always, always.
Yeah.
Um, and this year, because typically on Father's Day, I am always taking kids to overnight camp.
Yeah.
So last year I wasn't able to because of COVID, of
Right.
course. And the kids, they just weren't able to actually go to camp. But this year they actually had to cancel our week of camp. So I have another free week, and my siblings and we're going to actually go up and like spend time with my dad next week for Father's Day. So I'm really, really, really excited about that.
Oh, that'll be nice. He'll love that, especially to have all of you like in one spot at the same time. He's going to enjoy that so much.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. and
Yeah, I love that.
and I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah.
Just going out there. My dad lives out in the middle of nowhere. So
Yeah.
it's something about me and having no reception that I honestly love.
It's country folk. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Country folk.
yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I know what you mean, right? Because when me and Amari would do Girl Scout camp, I loved it. I'm not country by any means, but we loved it. We'd be out in the middle of nowhere, no reception, no TV. It's a great time to relax.
Yeah,
Just kind of
yeah.
relax. Yeah.
And I remember even times going out to my dad's house and going fishing or um, watching him just care for his animals whenever he would have animals, because my dad, he's a farm guy, he's a country guy,
Yeah.
you know um and also my dad's a carpenter, so I always put my skills as well. My dad's a carpenter, so I can do anything.
Daddy did it.
Yeah, yeah,
Daddy did it. Daddy did it. I could do it. Daddy did it.
hmm
Yeah.
I learned how to use a hammer because of
Mhm.
my dad. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, like anything, now. And then now that I got my power drill, I think I'm real big shot, because I'm like, my daddy can do it. I can do it too. I
Right.
can do it too. And I don't care what you say. So yeah. But how about you? I know your family dynamic is a little different from mine. So
Yeah.
what what experiences have you had or think about with your father or any of your father figures in your life?
Right. So I'm blessed. I have two fathers. I have a biological father and I have an amazing, amazing stepfather. Um, I spent most of my time with my stepfather, Hutch. I love him. Sean Hutch, Hutchison, whatever you want to call him. I either call him Hutch or I call him Pops. Oh my God, he was the most amazing man ever. Him and my mom started dating when I was really young, when I was 2 years old. And you could not tell that man that I am not his child.
Right.
You could not tell him that I'm his baby, and it's amazing because when him and my mom broke up, I was like about 8 years old. And, he's actually related to my God family. So whenever I
Mhm.
would go back, I grew up going back and forth between Somerville and Pennsylvania. So I
Right.
went back and forth. He's related to my God family. And, I talk about my sister sometimes, my godmother as well. So he's related to them. So he was always around. He was always around. He always knew what I had going on, good, bad, ugly, in between, whatever the case may be. He always knew, and he was always there. And it was amazing growing up, and then through my teen years, when I would see him and he'd pull out his wallet and he got my baby pictures in there, or he got my little cheerleading pictures in there, and I'm just like, he really loved me. And I always say, like, I have a special place in my heart for blended families, especially people who can take on somebody that's not their blood
Oh
and love
yeah,
them unconditionally. This man, he has
absolutely.
the biggest heart. And, it was amazing. Like, we spent the last couple of years in Pennsylvania with him. Um, when I told my sister, I was like, see, I think I'm ready to come home. I think me and the kids need to be there for a while. I kid you not, within the hour of her getting off the phone with me, he calls me. He's like, I heard you when the kids are coming back. And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. He's like, y'all coming to stay with me. You're coming to live with me. And I'm like, all right. So, it was nice. It was nice. And the running joke is, For the long time, I thought I was a boy. I didn't know I was a girl because I did not like before the age of 8. I had no idea I was a girl because wherever Hutch went, I was right there with them.
Right.
If he was playing basketball, I was right there with him. Now I never picked up playing basketball, but wherever he was, I was there with him. If
You
he,
definitely did not.
yeah, I didn't play sports, but wherever Hutch was, that's where I went. And you got to think we're 80s babies. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're 80s babies. So the things that they did at that time, it would be frowned upon now, but Hutch, he'd go for like happy hour at the bar and I'd be right there, sitting at the bar kicking my feet.
Mhm.
Nothing we will let our kids do now, but it's one of my fondest memories. We'd be at the bar and I'd be over playing on the pinball machine or whatever the case may be. He taught me how to count. I was always good with money. He taught me how to count. He taught me how to make my dollar work for me. So he's
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, man. I love him dearly. I actually just spoke with him. He called me the other day.
Oh,
He
that's
called,
good.
yeah, so we talk all the time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my dad had a stroke. Pops had a
Yeah.
stroke.
Mhm.
And it affected him a lot, unfortunately. But it's so nice now that I speak to him and he's doing so much better. I'm listening to him like, you've been going to therapy. I'm so proud of you. Um, the kids, oh my God, it was Amaria enjoyed it because she does not, you know, she enjoyed it because she had a pop up, right? So
Mhm.
she had a pop up, and the way
And
the
he spoiled her.
oh my God, did he spoil her? He fought with her, he argued with her, but it was always out of love. And they had a
Yeah.
lot of fun. And same thing with Devin. He put Devin to work, and he was teaching Devin how to grind. Um, Amazing, amazing man. I love him wholeheartedly, and I think because of him, I've made because of him, I've made a lot of choices that were centered around him and what I want in a person, and things like that, because he's so amazing. He has such a big heart. um and the last couple of years when we were living in Pennsylvania, and even when I talked to him, he was just like, you coming back, for a while? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come back and visit, Dad. I'll be there to visit. Okay, you gotta stop by and see me. And I'm like, okay. And he
Mhm.
definitely, it's because of him, like I went through a really tough time, but he definitely made things easier for me, right?
Right.
I think on one episode we talked about like, I was just a mother and that was all I was. And then when we stayed with him for a while, he allowed me the freedom just to kind of be me and kind of figure out who I was. So yeah, shout out to Pop. He's amazing. Most amazing person in the world, I swear. I love him wholeheartedly. I miss him a lot. I miss him a lot. When he had that stroke, it was really hard. It was hard on
I
everybody.
know.
You know,
Y'all were all adjusting. And I think that was probably your first experience with something like that.
yeah. It
And
it
and
was.
you had to play caregiver.
I played caregiver, but Devin really took, and that's what showed me Devin's nurturing side.
Right.
Um, Devin really, really stepped up and he really took care of him. There was days I couldn't deal. I just could not deal. I couldn't handle, like, it hurt so bad because, you know, what I remember of him, right? What I remember of Pops growing up, he was this big, strong guy. He was like this big, gentle giant, right?
Yeah.
And to see him in this weakened state, it hurt so much. Like I'll never forget, being at the hospital, you know, and I'm trying not to cry, but being at the hospital and the doctor looked at him and then I had to walk out the room. The doctor's like, he really loves you, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know. And he's like,
Mhm.
like he's gonna be okay. And I'm like, I know he's gonna be all right. But Pops was amazing. And we did have to play that caregiver role towards him. And unfortunately he needed a lot of therapy, because the stroke was very damaging for him.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing really well. Like I said, I talked to him recently and he's just, I just want to talk to you for a bit. I'm like, okay, all right. And he was
No,
amazing.
they need that. They
Yeah,
need that.
yeah. He was amazed, right? Because you were talking about how, oh, my dad can work a hammer, so can I. And he never realized how much I paid attention to him because
Right.
he was a handyman. So
Yeah.
if if it was there, it was broken, he could fix it, he could figure it out, and he didn't realize like the impact that he had made on me. And then he's watching me with my power drill, and he's like, "You really know how to work that? I know how to do a thing or two."
Mhm.
I can do a little something, something. Or,
Yeah.
he's working the grill and he's watching me watch him. Or, oh girl, like that Thanksgiving, he made me make everything. And I think after that potato salad, I'm so sick of
I'm
potatoes.
about to say,
I'm so
I
sick.
remember that's what I remember is the potato salad. And he was always
Oh
asking
my God.
for the potato salad.
Every week until finally I messed up. And I think it was kind of intentional. I don't know. But he didn't ask again after
He's like,
that.
something's off.
No.
Something's off.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
what's going on with this taste, but it's not right.
That's all he wanted was the potato salad, sweet potato pie, and deviled eggs. Girl, I'm so sick of damn deviled eggs. I wish I would have never made them.
Look, you probably don't even cook it now. Like,
Mm-mm. I don't have to. I don't.
yeah.
I'm so sick of deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Oh my
But and you brought up a really good point about they don't realize, I think,
God.
the magnitude and how much we actually observe, especially as the daughters, right?
Right,
As the girls.
right,
Like, you want to groom your sons. You want to groom your sons to be like you, do like you.
mm-hmm.
But us girls, we pay so much attention
Right.
to the things, even like the behaviors. Like, is this someone that I want
I want
a
somebody like
future
that.
husband that's like my daddy,
Right.
like all those things. Like, I know someone who's handy and
Mm-hmm.
someone who can do and someone who can provide
Gotta be.
is
Got to be. Can't.
top,
It's not even.
top things,
Yeah,
top things.
it's not even a question. That
Yeah,
it's a requirement. And
right.
it's funny because my dad, right, Pops Hutch, he, like I said, he's a gentle giant, right? So he was one of those that he was soft spoken, right? But when he stood up, you knew. And I always like guys like that, or I always like the laid back, chill guys, right? Because
Yeah,
he was always very laid back. He was always very chill. Oh, he'd crack a joke on you now. When he got you, he got you. But he was always very laid back and chill. And he's actually, I blame him for this because remember there was a point in time I used to do a lot of trash talking.
oh yeah. Big time.
I still do
And
it,
I'm about to
not
say, you still do
still
trash talk.
not as much as I
Yeah.
used to, but it was always fun and games. I'll tell this story. This is the funniest story ever. So he would talk so much trash to me, and so we would snap on one another. And I'll never forget this. He was a janitor. And he said something, and I had to been like 6 or 7 years old. Um, he said something that set me off, and I looked at him and said, "At least I don't clean toilets for a living." When I tell you he bust out laughing, he thought and he was proud of me. He was
Yeah.
proud. Because he was just like, that was a good one. He's like,
That was a good comeback.
that was a good comeback. He's like, there's nothing I can even say. And so when Amaria came up there, he was on it. She, listen, he was getting her together for them little Philly girls.
Mhm.
He was getting her together, but it was always out of love and it was always out of fun. So it wasn't
Right.
anything, that was malicious or anything like that. It was always a lot of fun. But those were the moments that we had, and we had a lot of fun, from riding up to the mountains to go get fresh spring water to us being at the center.
I
Girl,
love spring water.
I know,
Oh,
fresh spring water, right? And girl, 'cause the water would come down, especially in the spring, and it'd be like nice ice cold water when you could drink it freely.
mm,
I don't know if you want to do that now, but he oh my God, he was so much fun. He took me everywhere. Wherever he went, I was there with him.
mhm.
There goes Hutch, there goes Ashley. And like I said, I had no idea I was a girl. I did not know I was a girl. I thought I was a boy for a very long time.
Right.
And you're a little girl, right? Am I? No, 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 no. I'm like him. I'm like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do the things he do. What are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
do what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's an amazing man, amazing, amazing man.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to go back up there and see him. But because of him, like I said, I have a thing for the laid back and the chill guys, the ones that are just there, the sweethearts, because he's such a sweetheart. He's
Mhm.
so sweet. Any woman he gets involved with, she's so lucky. Because let me tell you, he gets up, he has a routine, and the kids talk about it all the time. He gets up Sunday morning, he lets you sleep in, he cleans the house from top to bottom. I'm like, do you want me to do anything? No, it's done. I'm like, Why didn't you wake me up? No, because you were
All
asleep.
done. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
We've already completed it. I'm like, you
Hmm.
want me to sweep this? No. You want me to take out the trash? Put the trash down. You know.
Right.
Love Pops. Love, love, love
Mhm.
Pops. He definitely spoiled me. So I was definitely a daddy's girl in that aspect. Like I said, you can't tell that man that I am not his child, and I love
Mhm.
him for it. And that brings me to the kid's dad,
Right.
right? That, and you and I talk about that quite
Yeah.
often. One of the reasons why, shout out to my children's father.
Yes. Big
Yeah,
shout out.
big shout out to him. He's an amazing father, amazing, amazing father. He loves those kids. He took on Devin a while ago. We wouldn't talk about it, but Devin's old enough now, and Devin speaks about it freely. He definitely took on Devin and took him under his wing, and same situation. And I think that's what made me love him, because he reminded me so much of Pops, right? Because same thing, wherever he went, Devin was right there with him. He got a big tattoo of Devin's face. His baby.
Really?
He does. He has like Devin's baby picture tattooed on his arm.
Wow.
Mhm.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he got his baby pictures tattooed on him.
And I
And
think that shows the connection,
right.
that in blended families, blended family dynamics, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's that connection that you have with the child, with
Mhm.
whatever or whoever's around you. That is your family.
Right. Family is what you make of it. Family is who you say it is, plain and simple. You don't gotta explain
Absolutely.
anything to anybody.
Absolutely.
And that's what I love about him. Granted, we're not together, things didn't work out. It is what it is. But one thing I will always love about him is the fact that he's such an amazing father. Like he took on Devin. The moment that they met, they left me. They left me behind. I'll never forget this. Devin was 2, and they met. He looked at him. He looked at him. They looked at one another. They're like, "All right, bye." I'm like, "Well," they're like, "We're going to get ice cream." I'm like, "Can I come?" No, you're not invited. Well, why
Look, it
not?
wasn't about you. It wasn't about
It
you at
wasn't.
all. It was
And,
not about you.
and I had to learn to kind of take myself out of that. And that's them. That's what they do. I had to,
Yeah.
take myself out of it. But I appreciate the bond that they do have, because it does remind me of me and Pops. Like it really, really does remind me of me and Pops. And I hear stories about Pops, where I was never out of his eyesight. Even when I thought I was never out of eyesight. He was always lurking around somewhere, keeping an eye on me. Yes. So, love Pops, love men like Pops. I'm trying to tell you.
Right. Right.
They listen, men like that, they're so special. They're so
Mhm.
special. I love them. I love them all to death, especially our black men. I can't.
Yeah.
That's what they say. I can't.
Girl, yes. And I feel like we got to show and appreciate our Black men so much, especially right now. We have to make sure that they know that we appreciate everything that they do,
Absolutely.
because I feel like right now society just makes them not feel as important, or as valuable to us. And I think this is our time to really make sure that we are really giving them their flowers.
Absolutely, absolutely. Give them their flowers while we can, especially those fathers. Those fathers that are stepping up, that are doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
That are taking care of business regardless of whatever the situation may be. Shout out to them, because they truly are special.
Hmm.
Um, I know I have had amazing men in my life, whether, like I said, it'd be friends, brothers, significant other, or father, whatever the case may be. Um, there are a lot out there that aren't so great, but there's twice as much that are absolutely amazing, that deserve everything, and they deserve the
Yeah,
best. So,
definitely
um,
so.
absolutely, I wholeheartedly believe in that. I love me some gorgeous black men. I love
Yes, me too.
make you feel good, make you happy,
Yes.
and inside.
Tall and strong, tall
Thank
and strong.
you, girl. You know
Yes.
how I feel about them. You know, I don't hide it at all. Listen, you talk to Mike. Mike and I had a conversation last night. He's like, Ashley, he's like, you like dudes that are like 6'8" and up. I'm like, I can't help it. He's like, you do realize that most men aren't that tall. Says who? I don't know.
It's a small percentile. That means they got to be coming all the way correct whenever they show up. Okay.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. But we do love you though,
Yes.
wholeheartedly.
Yep. We
Mike's
love
another
all
one.
y'all.
Mike's
Yeah.
another one. He's um I've been blessed to be able to see him interact with his kids, and it's just like, oh, oh, you're so sweet. You know, he
Yeah.
posted a video today of him and his son. And I'm like, that is just the cutest little thing ever. You know, and
Mhm.
it's always amazing when you see these dads interacting with their kids because you see a different side of them,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Because they put on one side for us, right? But then when
Mhm.
you see them around their kids, it really like it makes you melt. You're like, oh, that's so sweet. And
Yeah.
it
And it definitely makes them, don't let them be like a single dad. And they doing that, and they're like, man, I see you way different there, sir.
like I actually
Mm.
like you now.
Yeah. I like you because of how you treat your children.
Right.
That makes a huge difference,
It
you
does.
know.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. What other stories do you have about your dad? You got any more stories? No.
No, not, I mean, I do. I have tons of stories. But definitely I always think about the lessons that he has taught me. You know, one is to don't settle, you know,
Right.
like I think that's the biggest thing that
Right.
he's always taught me to do is just not settle. Like, don't settle for the person that you're going to be with. Don't settle for things that you want in life, and always strive for more. Like, always do more. Always find ways to give and become more than what you had. You
Right.
know, I think without him saying it, that's one of the biggest lessons I think I always take away from him. Yeah. Yeah.
With Hutch, Hutch, he would laugh at me. Pops, Hutch. Y'all, if you hear me say Hutch, I promise it's no disrespect towards my dad. Everybody calls him Hutch. So, but you know, with him, it was amazing where he would sit back and he would watch me and he would watch how I interact with people. And you know, he would just like, wow. He's like, you're this, you know, he really gave me my props. He really
Yeah.
gave me, you know, he built it up, he built up my confidence, which was something that I needed. And that's sometimes as women or little girls, we need that from daddy, right? Because nobody can
Absolutely.
build up your confidence like your father can.
Absolutely.
Um, so he's so amazing. I love him so
Mhm.
much. I really do. He he's so amazing. Like sitting back and watching him, you know, interact with the kids. Like I said, teaching Devin how to make a dollar stretch, right? Because that's something I learned very, very young. Make your money work for you. And it was amazing to sit back and watch him teach that to Devin or teach things like that to Amario or, you know, they'd snap jokes on each other like he did when I was a little girl. And it was always fun to watch that. Um, well, I wouldn't say that he had an opportunity to teach me many lessons because I was really, really young when him and my mom broke up. I appreciate the fact that he was always there.
Right.
You know, he was always there. Even when I didn't know that he was there, he was still there. He was keeping tabs on me. He knew what I had going on. You know, we had a conversation where he was like, he really wanted to step in after my marriage, right? He really wanted to step in. He's like, but he knew that that was not something that he could do. So he had to let it play out. And so I was ready to discuss it with him.
Mhm.
Um, but he always knew what I had going on. You know, he always kept in contact with everybody. And, you know, like I said, he's related to my god family. So him and my sister, they were talking very, very often, you know. So I just appreciate the fact that he was there, even when I thought I was
Yeah.
alone and didn't have anybody. It really, really made a difference.
And that makes, it does make a difference. It makes a huge difference. It's
Absolutely.
about that impact, you know, and that's something that I think about all the time is that impact
Right.
that people have in your lives, blood,
Not blood.
not blood, you know,
Abs-
however they fall in, you know, that impact for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So alrighty. Well, guys, that was our Father's Day special. We wanted to tell you
Yes.
some of the amazing men in our lives. This is just a little tip of it, right? Because we have stories for days, but our time is very, very short. So listen, we do appreciate you. You guys, it's Father's Day. Make sure that you're reaching out to whatever man is in your life. Give him his flowers. You know, he don't want no flowers. He probably wants a meal. Go cook for him.
Meal, some cologne, you know your men, you
Yeah.
know your men, and you know what they want. Yeah.
He probably more than likely he wants food. Go make him some potato salad. He
Oh
wants.
yeah.
It
Some
better be
double
good though.
eggs.
Don't make him some nasty potato salad or he gonna be mad. But they want food. They want food. Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely, definitely make sure you're showing love to somebody in your life that you appreciate, somebody that was a father figure, whether it was your biological father, stepfather, uncle, brother, cousin, whoever stepped up. I guarantee there was somebody in your life that you probably don't even realize that was playing that father role for
Mhm.
you. Um,
And
show
even those just around you, like your brothers, everyone,
your
just
friends.
make sure that your friends, those significant others, everyone, just make sure that those men, especially our Black men,
Yes,
that they
absolutely.
feel that love on Father's Day, father or not, let's recognize them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You got any other thoughts?
No, that's it, girl. Go and take us out.
All righty. Well, thank you for your time, guys. We really appreciate you. Thank you for liking. Thank you for listening. Hey, you guys that are subscribing on YouTube, thank you for that as well. Make sure you guys are sharing, and let us know what you think. There's something you want us to talk about, something you want to hear about, a particular story. We're all about it. Let us know. Thank you so much for your time. Y'all have a good one.
Yeah. Peace.